On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start the drive with Harris. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Baker. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Drake. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Off the bootleg. Baker. Open man right side is Rice. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They've got another 1st down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Now a give. Running left is Harris. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Now they fake the jet sweep there, and a run instead with Harris. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Najee Harris, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are on the board first here this afternoon. Point after, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Escapes the defender. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. And Stroud now to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. And officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. The Texans at 5-4 now on the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. You look at this Raiders defense. There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test today because they're going up against a top 5 passing offense in this one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Fourth down. Here's Stroud. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A big pickup of 12 yards on fourth down to keep this drive from stalling.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. A shotgun snap to Stroud. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
First run of the game here for Dameon Pierce. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to fourth down. Stroud now on fourth down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 4th and 2, they got it. That was kind of that gray area. Is that a feel thing, whether you go run or pass there offensively?
I think it's a feel thing. It's a tendency thing about what you like to do yourself on offense, as well as knowing how strong they are against the run on defense. Got to make a decision.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Raiders are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
They'll start on the ground with Harris. He'll get this to the 24, and it's second down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Here's 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Baker. Flush to his right. That's into a crowd and intercepted. picked off by Tyson Campbell. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season, and add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
Here we go. Hey.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this offense will definitely utilize him as a weapon out of the backfield because he was close to 100 yards receiving a week ago. So they will try to get him the football in space as they did right there.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
4th down. Stroud going to try to throw for it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down. Motion man right is Rice. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. You look at the defense for these Texans. They've had their trouble stopping the run, Charles. Currently 29th in the NFL in that department.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
And now off to the races down the right side. He's going to have the 1st down and then some. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Point after here coming up. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it as we resume action. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Stroud looking to throw. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A gain of 32 that time. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
3rd and goal, Stroud. Escaping the pressure right. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. C.J. Stroud. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Texans are back within a score. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air, eluding the pressure right. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
2nd and 10. They'll run again with Harris. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Baker now off the bootleg. He finds his man, complete. That's Robbins. And he's got this down to the 35. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Baker. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far as a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll roll him out right. Runs through the contact. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest. It sort of looks like they stopped some fighting them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
To throw is Baker. Off play action. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Now 3rd down and very long. Off the play fake. Baker. And it'll be intercepted. Jared Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Stroud to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Here's Stroud. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down. Throwing now is Stroud. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Every guy that plays this game has plenty of people around him that are concerned for his health and well-being. He had no regard for his body on that catch at all, did he?
Middle of the field, diving to grab it? No, he didn't. Taking a shot for Dell here. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Take Dell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the 1st half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And how about that for just running out the clock? The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. Back to throw. Baker. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Drake. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Looking to throw. Baker. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sign of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second too late on the release. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Texans 14.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this 3rd quarter. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
Here we go.
Now Stroud. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. CD, with that last pass, he joined a group of about 50 other men that are over 30,000 career passing yards. So, look, he's not at the top, but that's pretty good company.
Yeah, it's not the most exclusive fraternity in the NFL, but it's a pretty good one, isn't it? You still have to put some numbers up in order to get in, okay? The secret knock is still there. How about him getting it done? Proud of it.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Stroud rolling to his right. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great effort there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Texans have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll get a couple up to the 29. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Baker off the play fake. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jalen Petrie picking up the sack on a safety blitz. Well, they brought the lead into this 3rd quarter, and now they're really stepping up, setting a tone here defensively.
They came right out roaring because you had to know that in the locker room, they talked about setting that tone that you just described, continuing the dominance that they exhibited in the first half.
And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Here we go.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
All right.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stroud. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Why, Tony? Hey, uno.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 2nd and a couple.
All right.
Stroud working out of the gun. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Caught left side. Here's Dell. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Well, if you're going to give him that kind of time, he's just going to shred you.
You might as well put a sofa out there for him. I mean, that's unbelievable because I don't care who you are in coverage. With that amount of time, someone's going to shake free, and he's going to be able to throw the ball with a whole lot of confidence.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Look the hot.
Here goes Stroud again. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Very well in this game.
Stroud sets up the play action. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
South. Robin. 11.
Stroud out of the gun here. And that is incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Rashee Rice, 58 yards. And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the 3rd quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will tie us at 24. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Here we go.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Back to throw. Stroud. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Raiders are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
He finds his man, complete. That's Robbins. And he'll go out of bounds just shy of the 20. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. On the give, this is Harris. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Baker eluding the pressure right. He finds his man, complete. It's Robbins. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. The offense on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. Off play action. Baker.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt.
He's got space past the 25.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Here we go.
And Stroud now to throw.
Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well.
All right.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. Now inside the 25. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans strike quickly to take the lead here in the fourth. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. Back to throw. Baker.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Off the play fake. Baker sliding out of the pocket. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
They hand this off to Harris. And shoving his way inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 97 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Off play action. Baker. That one caught by Rice. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Looking to throw. Baker. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
But they've certainly not shied away from throwing the footballs. They've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. And
he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Najee Harris with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year. And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Raiders pick it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, And he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Now Baker throwing to start the drive. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 41. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
A big play looming on 3rd down. Here's Stroud. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
Hands it off out of the gun. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Here's 3rd down and 5.
All right.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Here we go. This is 4th down. Now Stroud. And he's taken down. Every yard at this point will help your field goal kicker out. Well, they did the part they had to do. Quick throw got the 1st down.
But that doesn't allow them to relax. They still have plenty of work to do.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short.
And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final final seconds. Forget overtime. They just likely won this thing in regulation. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Oh, some strong running. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of the